Guys, hi, my name is Gary Yeoman. I'm the National Sales Manager for Nexus RV. We're down here at Zoomers today to shoot a couple walkthrough videos. Wanted to start with our WRAITH brand. What's cool about this product base is we are now building it on the S2 Freightliner chassis. So before in the past, it was on the International. It was just a leaf spring suspension, 300 horsepower. So now we've really upped the ante with it. So now you're 340 horsepower. This is on the Allison 2500 series transmission. You get 24,000 pounds of gross vehicle weight rating in this. This is a 10,000 pound puller. So this chassis comes equipped with air brake, exhaust brake up front, and air ride seats in both the driver's and the passenger seats up front. What's really cool about the Nexus product is every single one of our Super Cs has a drop down front hood. Why that's so important is for self-serviceability, right? You can walk around this unit, fill up your washer fluid, check your oil, and they call it a white t-shirt servicing because you can walk right in without getting your t-shirt dirty with it. Next biggie on this platform with the race, we now, as you guys see behind me, is the 34F. We have the shorter wheelbases now, which we build them on a 238 wheelbase. So we build this platform all the way down to a 30-footer. No one else in the industry can you find a commercial truck chassis under 34 foot besides the Nexus product. So I'm really excited to show you guys this 34F. Let's go around to the campsite here. It is a massive full wall awning on this side here because there's no slides on this side. So you're not interfered with on your campsite here. Big part of our construction process I want to point out as we're on the side of this coach here is our construction of the sidewalls. First, you see a beautiful Sherwin-Williams paint job. That's full body paint. That's not decaled in. All those colors are baked and masked right into the paint scheme of it. Then our next layer is a layer of fiberglass. From there we use Azdel. Azdel is a great material that we use. It's a green-based product made right here in the United States, and it allows for a different component than other people use in Luan. With Luan, you're opened up to delamination, right? Because the temperature changes with the wood, it can contrast and move. That doesn't happen with Azdel. Also with water, water cannot penetrate and soak into Azdel, so you don't have delamination from water intrusion if that were to ever happen inside your coach. Our next layer is what makes Nexus Nexus. Inside those onion layers of our sidewall, we use a high strength, low alloy steel cage construction. We do that in the floors, we do that in the sidewalls, and we do that in the roof. Why we do that is it's 72% stronger and 72% safer than any cage construction out there. When you're driving down the highways across the country, we want to make sure that your family is protected inside that unit. God forbid you get in a side impact, a branch comes down, whatever. We'd rather have you in a steel cage than an aluminum pop can, right? The next layer behind that steel cage is another layer of Azdel. So we put 2 layers of Azdel on the sidewalls, we put 2 layers of Azdel on the roof and the ceiling, and we put a layer of Azdel on the floors. We're the only company using 5 layers of Azdel in the Class C product. So it's unheard of, right? So a product that you heard that we don't put in our sidewalls or a roof is wood. Once again, we're getting rid of delamination. It's 4 times the insulator, and it's another sound barrier inside your coach. So it's going to keep your coach cooler. It's going to keep it cooler in the summertime. It's going to keep the warm trapped inside in the wintertime as well. Okay, if you go along the side of this coach, another really cool feature for us is what we do inside of our storage bays. Nexus, once again, flowing with that steel construction process, we do all galvanized steel bays underneath here. Why is that important? On average, the average customer does about $6,000 worth of camping supplies they put underneath their coach. So think about that. Would you put $6,000 check and just tape it to the bottom of your chassis? No, we want that customer to have the reassurance going down the road that their hard goods are going to be protected underneath here. What also happens with that then is we enclose all of our plumbing bays. So you'll see our black and our gray tanks are completely enclosed in galvanized steel. So when you're driving down the road and you see in a gravel lot just like this, and you're driving down a gravel highway, when those rocks are getting thrown up from the tires underneath, it is not chipping away those plastic, cheaper rotocast bays, and it is not chipping away your plastic gray and black tank underneath. With it being fully enclosed also, it's keeping critters out from inside your coach, And now we can do a 4 seasons camp because we're trapping all of our forced heat underneath there. So when our furnace blows, it is ducted right down into your gray and black and your plumbing bay underneath to keep those tanks heated. Everyone else is just doing a 12-volt sticky pad. Okay, I like to compare that to you take a hand warmer, roll down your window, and stick it out while you're driving down the highway. You're losing all that heat that needs to be there to keep your gray and black tank heated and properly winterized. Going back here, you guys see we have another outlet out here for 110 storage. We do options on the side of this coach as well for outside entertainment centers with a TV. Another big massive storage bay in the back here with pass-through storage. We do the same pass-through over the C-rails of the chassis in this back rear container as well. Guys, on the driver's side of this unit, this is where you're going to find a lot of your utility bays. In the back here, we have your 50 amp setup. And then this first rear baggage door bay is going to be where your 1,000-watt inverter is. Next, you have your diesel fuel. And on this coach, this is going to be a 60-gallon fuel tank on this. Following that is going to be your plumbing bay. What's cool about our plumbing bay, like I said on the other side, is this is completely enclosed. Even your flush tank is completely enclosed there. So if you're at a campground late at night and you're backing in, you don't have to worry about hitting a stump and just taking out your entire flush tank, right? Those are just PVC pipes in there. So if you get those dinged or hit, you're kind of out of luck, right, with your plumbing system for your camp supply. And then underneath here, guys, this is where we drive those ducting from our furnace down in here to give that 4 seasons feel. Going to the next bay here, you have a nice big utility bay. Once again, you have pass-through storage over the top to the C-rails there in your galvanized steel bay. If you look up top here, Nexus on every single one of our brands is on-demand hot water heater. So obviously a lot more easier to winterize. You don't have to worry about the solenoid rods. And these Buggy systems, guys, they push out about 3 gallons of water, hot water a minute. So you think about just how long it takes in those 6-gallon or those 10-gallon tanks. It takes about 15 minutes to heat those tanks. You're getting 3 gallons of it immediately right to you. Going forward here, we have another big style storage compartment here for all your tools or utilities on this side. Next is going to be our generator bay. On all race, you're going to have the 6,000-watt diesel generator. What's cool about this system is we have auto generator start. So why is that important? You can set it to a few key components. One is going to be battery voltage. So if your batteries ever start dripping below a certain point, say 12 volts, say 13 volts, your generator will kick on automatically so that your food doesn't go bad in your refrigerator or any other 12-volt running appliance that you have inside the house. The next biggie is you can tie it to temperature. So if you leave your dogs inside here and go on a hike or go down to the lake and start fishing, you can set the temperature inside the coach to say 68 degrees. If it ever starts creeping high above that and starts hitting 69 degrees or 70 degrees, it'll kick the generator on to run the AC to keep that coach cool while you're away from it. Next bay here is you see you have your chassis batteries, which is key component is these are right and really easy accessible for someone to come in if you ever had to jump them, if you ever had to replace your batteries, and there's plenty of room in there if you guys ever wanted to add more. So I was looking in the cab now, you can see in this driver's seat, I love these air ride seats up front inside this coach. So once again, on this Freightliner chassis, both driver and passenger seats are air components. You have your exhaust brake right up there up front, and you have air ride suspension and air braking in the back of this. Let's go take a look on the inside. All right, guys, walking in here, we're in the living room of the beautiful 34F. This is a really cool coach once again because even when the slides are in on this coach, this whole unit is fully functional. I'm talking about doing your washer and utilizing your laundry while you're going down the road, right? You can use your washer and your dryer. Your bed is a fixed queen bed. So if you ever have to drive across the country, pull over at a Cracker Barrel or do some beach camping when you're in a tight spot and can't put slides out, you can use this full coach here. So if you're looking at it on this front slide here, this is going to be your living room slide. Inside this unit, it comes standard with this nice tri-fold sofa up front. In the corner here, you have a 3-burner cooktop. Most coaches, you only get 2 burners. We believe in having enough space so you can do full dinners inside this coach. Next up top is going to be your convection microwaves. Inside all of our units, we use the same size. So this is a residential convection microwave, 1.8 cubic foot, where everyone else usually in this space is doing about a 1.3 cubic foot, and you can't do your full cooking sheets or pizza trays inside of there. Next, on the other side here, you see your trifold sofa sits right across from your dinette. This will also go down into another sleeping space. You have seat belts on both rear facing and front facing on this side, as well as your trifold sofa. Up top here, you guys see in our cabinetry, this is our slate interior package. This is the darkest cabinetry that we do. We offer 3 other interior options that we'll cover here in some later videos. But what I love about our cabinetry is this is a hardwood cabinet door. As you open it up, we double strut. That way you don't have to worry about stuff falling out while you're driving down the road, and tons of storage in here. You guys see even storage we put underneath. These are completely empty cavities here. You just unscrew these 4 screws. We put those on for transport for you guys, and you can store crock pots or anything else underneath these dinettes as well. As we work back inside this coach, you have a massive sink here that we put. And what is cool about it, it's a nice big farmhouse sink. It's an undermounted sink. And then we put countertops extensions. With the WRAITH product, everything is going to come with solid surface countertops up here inside your kitchen. Moving on into the refrigerator, you have your 12-volt refrigerator. This is a 10 cubic foot fridge. Like I mentioned with the auto generator start, this all gets tied into your battery system. So if your voltage ever drops low, your auto generator would kick on. That way you don't have to worry about your food going bad inside here. So you open this up. What's cool about this product, it's a dual swing. So either way you're coming inside this coach, you can access the refrigerator or the freezer from either side. Back here is your control panel then. This is what we love utilizing, right? Campers are always wanting to be able to troubleshoot, self-service their coaches. With some of those Firefly systems, if something goes wrong inside that system, you lose full function to everything. We don't believe in that, right? Nexus started factory direct. We're used to selling directly to the customer. We made that switch in 2018, but kept a lot of the same core beliefs that we want a customer to be able to work on their coach if they're somewhere across the country and get access. So we use our KIB control panel there. Back here inside the hallway, you'll see first a massive pantry inside a coach. Once again, this is 34-foot coach. Next, back here, you have first one of your wardrobes. And you have 3 massive drawer spaces. Following that, this is where we put our washer dryer. And guys, this is an option for stackable washer dryer, not just a combo inside here. If you don't get that, you get another big massive storage space with adjustable shelving on the inside. If you follow me back here into the bedroom, you guys will see, once again, this is that fixed queen bed. So even with this slide in, it'll just kiss the front end of this wardrobe, so you can still sleep back here, right? And then if you look at our wardrobe space, from top to bottom, you have his and hers wardrobe on each side and plenty of drawer storage. Over on top of the bed, once again, you have more overhead storage up there. And on each side of the bed base, you're going to have 110 outlets for your CPAP machines. Back here, you also have your inverter on and off switch, so that way you don't have to go outside the coach. Heating and cooling wise inside this, as you guys look around on the bases of the wardrobes, you'll see side mounted vents for your furnace. We don't believe in putting floor vents, right? If you have dogs inside your coach or little kids, or just going to places with high pollen or high dust areas, you don't have to worry about all that going down inside your furnace vents. You keep it clean right there. Up top with your ACs, your front AC will be a 15K AC with a heat pump inside of it. And then your rear AC is a 13K. What we do cool with our ducting system inside here is either all metal residentially ducted. So what's important about that is you can unscrew these vent caps and shove a vacuum or a dust doctor inside there, and you can sweep out this whole system, and it won't come like a snow globe, as you see other guys just duck out through foaming inside there. Working forward here, you guys can see our bathroom. This is a one-set bathroom or shower. We really did a lot of changes with our Nexus product. These are all 30 by 36 showers inside here and porcelain toilets inside here. Next, up top, we do a massive medicine cabinet and then plenty of space on that lab base for his and her items. Thank you guys for letting me show you around the Nexus 34F right here.